Girl, shit's fucked.
Is that what we're talking about? The Real Housewives of Alberta.
And Minnesota, don't you know?
We just can't shut the F up.
Hello, Holly, I see you.
I'm here.
Hello. Welcome to the stream. Everybody that's here, KJV Michael, nice to see you. You've been here for a while.
Yes, for a few hours.
Well, no, I think you probably came back. Is the fan really annoying in the background? Like it's not making my sound worse?
I can't hear a fan.
Oh, good. Perfect. Okay. Well, we've got a stream tonight. So as most of you who are watching the stream already know, we're going to be discussing Élora Patoine. She is the missing mother of three from PE. Well, she went missing in PEI. And let's see if I can just share this. She went missing 3 years ago. Last week would be the 17th. We're going to say this the last confirmed sighting, because the RCMP have never confirmed the sighting that has been reported on the 19th in New Brunswick. And I have been in contact with law enforcement and asked them specifically to clarify: was she seen on camera? Was she seen on camera, or like was it just a witness sighting, or you know what I mean? How reliable was it?
Was it confirmed sighting?
100% confirmed, and nobody's confirmed it. So until that's confirmed, I'm not confirming it. The last person to see her alive, as far as I'm concerned, is JF Gariepy, until the police say otherwise. So we've got that. So JF decided that it's been 3 years, Holly. So he decided that it's probably safe for him to come out and tell us a story about Élora. Well, I say that because JF really doesn't know anything about us, primarily me. I am such a psycho when it comes to language and words. You have no idea. So I pick up on every kind of bullshit. As soon as you lie, I know you're lying. JF has just made it so easy because he keeps doing these lies on record. Like, you know, shut up. And so tonight we're going to do that. What we're just going to do is we're going to watch it and get into it. Now, what I want to do is, before we get into JF's story, I want to do a little quick recap of the house, because it's very important. Everybody, please, when you watch the video of the house, I'm going to push play on it and take notes. Look for the cameras that are inside the home. Look at the damaged door. Look at the wonderful life he provided her, because it does come relevant when he's talking in the next video, when he's telling his story. And then I've also got 3 videos, little tiny clips that prove that he's lying again. So without further ado, I will do that. Is that all right with you, Holly?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so we know about the weird video lifting 2-pound weights and him starving himself for 3 days and then eating Subway. So he's on the Jared diet, apparently.
I think he's
fucking weird.
Whatever. He's an odd duck. And you know what? I even said to Holly after I watched this, I said, you know, the guy's a psycho, but he is funny. I will give him credit. He is funny. He does make me laugh. Like, fuck, he's insane though. All right, so let's just look over recap of the house, and then we'll get into it. I might speed it up so it's like not so long. Like, I'll probably speed it up a bit. Let's just at least, because I think most of the people who are here have already seen it.
Yeah, and I mean, this video was shared on our stream. It was shared on Kino Casino. It was shared on a bunch of different streams. So it's been widely viewed.
Yeah. And okay, so this is the last home. Now, don't forget, JF also said that he remodeled the home after she was gone, and he cleaned it, and he had just got junk. This is after he sold the home to the current homeowners, okay?
Yeah, after he cleaned and remodeled.
did an amazing job. Okay, so I'm going to push play to that, and I'm going to jump off screen for a second because I got to upload 2 things.
Days I needed them to rearrange my setup. Things are different when there's not someone around. I need to set up different things that relates to my tasks in the home. I'm now in charge of keeping the home clean and everything. And honestly, it's a takeover of the home in terms of, because Mama JF, I was giving her full reign into determining how the home would be placed and the various care that she would have to do. She was determining what she was doing. But now that I'm the head of the home, I like things a little cleaner. I like things a little more orderly. I like things, if you don't use something, I want it in the trash. You know, I'm a guy of, I want access to everything. Mama JF would constantly pack the fridge with all of her vegetables and stuff. It's like I wouldn't eat. I don't know if she would eat it, but I'm more like a guy. I want an empty fridge where I can access each of the important ingredients: ketchup, relish, mustard, and I don't want anything more. I don't want anything more. And see, I'm the only one who cares about the mental health of everyone here. I'm the only one who could make Mama JF better at some point in her life. I'm the only one who was able to take her out of very, very bad ways of living, and at least temporarily for many years, get better. And they call me the guy with no accountability. I'm the only one on whom this family can sustain and exist. I'm the only one who can stabilize the situation enough that the addiction of other people does not come to impact the children involved. I'm the only one doing all of this, and yet these fucking retarded women call me the Mr. No Accountability. Well, where's your accountability, Rocky? Do you have a solution for all these women who are drug addicted and on the streets and who don't want to come out of it? Because I was able to fix this for a while at least. Do you have the beginning of a... Yeah, I mean, in a relationship, if someone is constantly denigrating your contribution to the relationship and not respecting it, like I bring stability, I bring provider, I bring money, I bring functionality, I bring mental health, I bring sobriety. If I'm putting all of this on the table, yes, I will expect the other person not to be a fucking insane crackhead, not to be constantly threatening suicide, not to be a fucking insane homeless person who dreams of constantly running back to the streets. Yeah, respect my contribution by being as good as I try to be. 3 days I needed them to rearrange my setup. Things are different when there's not someone around. I need to set up different things that relates to my tasks in the home. I'm now in charge of keeping the home clean and everything. And honestly, it's a takeover of the home in terms of, because Mama JF, I was giving her full reign into determining how the home would be placed and the various care that she would have to do. She was determining what she was doing. But now that I'm the head of the home, I like things a little cleaner. I like things a little more orderly. I like things, if you don't use something, I want it in the trash. You know, I'm a guy of, I want access to everything. Mama JF would constantly pack the fridge with all of her vegetables and stuff. It's like I wouldn't eat. I don't know if she would eat it, but I'm more like a guy. I want an empty fridge where I can access each of the important ingredients: ketchup, relish, mustard, and I don't want anything more. I don't want anything more.
This is my favorite part. You're muted. You're still muted.
Sorry, it's because I talk so much shit when I hear his voice. Anyways,
It was very hard to stay quiet, but I stayed
it
quiet.
is. But I'm not, listen, we're not shaming him because of like, okay, you didn't have enough money, fine, whatever. Let's be clear though, he keeps saying he was a Bitcoin millionaire and all this shit. You weren't. But anyways, it's fine. It's neither here nor there. That's the house he provided. This is the big life that he likes to, he needs a reality check. He might be, yes, he's smart in science probably, and he's smart in a lot of ways. He was, the dumbest decision JF Gariepy ever made was coming on our stream ever. That like truly is going to be his downfall.
The thing about extremely intelligent people is that they tend to sell short people that they see beneath them. So we're just two dumb housewives in Alberta.
We're not. I'm not even married.
Yeah, and we're not spinsters because we've actually had children.
Yeah,
so
he's already come on our Rumble stream and commented. He's obsessed.
But that's the thing is people that are highly intelligent always tend to sell short the abilities of people that they view beneath them, not knowing that there's a different kind of intelligence and tenacity and pattern recognition that this group of people have that
so dumb.
May perhaps be his downfall.
Well, it's definitely, I think it is definitely his downfall, but no, some of the information is from JF. Honestly, before I get into the video, I would like everyone to please watch these 3 clips, okay? You can write down the words if you want. Just remember, these 3 clips, they're important. They come up to his, it's the one. These are just 3 of the lies. 3 of the lies that I picked up on just very quickly through his disgraceful story about Élora. But anyway, so here's the first one.
Well, trip. She may have gotten caught by a bad trucker who killed her, maybe. But as far as I'm concerned, my last communication with her was her going on her own and wanting that.
Okay, the reason I clipped that is he is really holding strong onto this whole trucker thing. Okay, it's just bad trucker, right? Yeah, it could have been a bad trucker, but I don't think so.
Well, that's an easy excuse, right? Like we all know that there are some unsavory people that are in the trucking industry that do pick up young women that aren't of the right mind to be suspicious of strangers. But it was the story as well that she went into the woods because she took her camping materials. Right. And then there's the story of her being on the streets in Montreal because she's a drug whore and she was gang banging black guys.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Which one?
He doesn't know her because she just disappeared. But so then there's this next one. Again, guys, listen to the wording and listen to the things he uses because he definitely fucked up in the next one.
So in our research we did, we saw that the home was in Élora's name. How were you able to sell it?
Well, that is a private lawyer matter, but I will say in general, there are ways in which a spouse can give you the voluntarily the management of their affairs. And so there are ways that you can organize with lawyers. And Mama JF was kind enough to not give me trouble, that she went to her lawyer before leaving me and ensured that I could manage her things in her absence.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so she physically went to the lawyers.
Absolutely.
So okay, that does make a big difference because I thought it was possibly, a signed letter, which anybody, now.
No, she did it fully in front of the law, in front of her own attorney.
See, that's a very big difference then.
Okay, so now that comes in when he's telling his story and he talks, if somebody asks a question in the super chats towards the end. JF, you fucked up. You fucked up.
Again.
Okay. I think it's just so he makes it so easy. All right, and then here's another one.
17th. On June 19th, so between 17th and 19th, she sent me a couple of messages. That time she called me on my cell phone to indicate that she was okay, that she was on her road. When she was calling, I was hearing highway noises, like trucks, maybe cars passing by. She was definitely outside and close to a road. And on June 19th, which is the last time anyone ever saw her, it's also the last time she sent me a text message. And this text message was saying, I hope, well, it was a series of exchange between her and I. She was saying, I hope that you're good with the passwords, with the accounts, with the papers, with the legal stuff. If I can do anything to help you, you have to ask me within the next hour because I'm about to disappear forever. And so I was like, wow, you had told me you would stay around. You didn't tell me you would disappear forever. And she said, be thankful that I'm warning you in advance. I will disappear. So do you need any password for my accounts? Do you need some things for my credit card? I said, no, I'm good. I manage everything. And she said, all right, well, then bye. And that was the last time I spoke to her. So I've shown these texts to the police.
All right. So very key important words there. It was text messages. Everybody knows this was text messages. JF has said it over and over. And he said in there that she wanted to offer him the passwords and stuff like that. You're going to hear a new addition to the story that is not another one, a new addition to the last communication he had. And I'm sorry. Yeah, it's been 3 years. You will not forget this if it's been a traumatic thing. You know what? At this point, some people are believing this is just a big psyop, and I don't blame them. I just don't understand why that would be the case, but whatever, because it seems like the police are that incompetent. I also want to see if everybody try and pick up on the words that he uses. The details are very, very specific. If the mother of your children left, the stories he tells are so fucking inappropriate and just so disgusting and shameful. No, honestly, they're so rude. Like, he had no respect for her, like none whatsoever, none. He's disgusting.
And remember, it was last year he did that video about her, and it was the 2-year anniversary, right after we did the 2-year anniversary of her disappearing, and he did the fake crying. Well, he does the fake crying in this video too. You'll notice there's no tear. Like, I don't see a tear. He cried harder and more real over. What's the Kino guy's name? The one Kino guy that became a man, Worski. Yeah, Worski became a man. Because that was more real crying than together. Yeah, so which is a good story. Congratulations, Worski. We're happy you're doing much better. You're a real man now. But we're not going to cry about it. No. And the last thing is, maybe he's concerned that the house is going to get checked. Because you'll notice that he's setting up alibis all over the story, right down to blood in the living room. Okay, so you're gonna want to listen to everything. Yeah, weird. Holly really can't stand his voice, so she didn't actually pre-watch this video like I did. Holly, bad girl. I'm a very, very bad streaming partner because I tried for 3 days to watch this fucking video with this guy, and every time he drops a lie or he denigrates her or he talks about insemination, I have to quit and have a shower because it's so gross. You got to try and sit through this one. Okay, Holly, we're not almost done. This probably will be a little bit later stream. Okay, so we're going to go there and notice, no tears, the degrading way he speaks of her, the blood evidence, alibis. The guy's a fucking psycho. He 100% is responsible for Élora Patoine's disappearance. Also, he still will not call her Élora because he's that much of a piece of shit. Because he's a piece of shit. And that's why we always talk about Élora Patoine. And we have put her name in our streams. Our subject matter is Élora and her disappearance. And our subject matter is always, we want to know what happened. Yeah. We want it found. You ready?
Okay.
Kind of.
Oh, and you can find, I did put in the descriptions our old videos if you wanted to watch those. So you watch the full thing. But anyways, here is JF's most recent changing story. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh yeah, that was true romance. Like you could calories. No, I'm not. I am merely drinking Gatorade Zero in between these fasting periods. So it's Gatorade Zero and no eating for 4 days. I found that this is the best way to lose weight. 4 days, you're starting to really see on the balance. You see yourself losing weight at the hour. Because after 3 or 4 days, your body is in full ketosis mode and it's just eating the fat inside of you. I feel so much better. I feel extremely healthy. But I will have probably to just lift those weights as I speak to you about the memory of Mama JF. Because now, things have settled. The dust has settled. I've settled in my life in Alberta. As a dad of my children.
Hold on.
And now I can maybe talk a little more about Mama JF and...
Hold on. Holly, anybody else watch this already? I'm pretty sure he started yelling, I'm going to inseminate someone today. And he's removed that part. It's no longer there, but that's okay.
Okay. What? Okay. Yes. Because he was talking about...
there. Yeah.
Okay. I got my...
That's all right.
Got my 10-pound
the whole
weight.
History.
Oh, good.
Because
so he was getting in shape.
Before that, I was extremely inhibited in what I could.
Subway, and I am going to inseminate someone today. Insemination.
You sound crazy because he cut that out of his video now, Holly, so it's not there.
He cut that out of his video. Oh, weird.
Let's see what else he cut out. He's probably panicking. Whatever.
Could reveal, because first. I like Mama JF. I like what she has done. I think despite the fact that she has abandoned us, she has done it in a classy way. And so I don't want to tarnish her. But at the same time, the distance of her disappearance, now it's been 3 years today. Today, June 17th. June 17th was the date at which Mama JF asked me to drive her to the bridge of PEI and said, I'm never going to come back. Find a new wife. But to understand, like most people who comment on this, and there's millions of people literally, apparently, that believe I killed her, they don't understand who Mama JF was. And I want to just tell a little bit of the background, just so you understand how it's not special for Mama JF to have done this. She had done this her whole life. She had made a lot of people in her surroundings suffering because she was such an out there mind. But you know what? I don't blame her. She was an out there woman, and you know what? Perhaps Papa JF's dick needed an out there woman. Perhaps being interested in this guy requires being out there a little bit. And in a way, you have to grant it to nature. There are big men like me. I'm a big thinker. I'm a dreamer. I'm a builder. I do stuff. I live life at a level that most people will never experience. And when I tell you the story of me and Mama JF, you'll realize just how far it has gone. But I'm a man from another category. And the normie women out there are just not...
He's a fucking predator. That's JF. Just say it the way it is. You're a predator. You're not unique. You're a creep.
Not reproductively viable for someone like me. The first thing they'll read about me on Wikipedia or some media, or they'll hear something about their Marxist friend, they're going to drop me under the bus. So special man needs special woman, okay?
So his past
this is how I would phrase it.
Not a predictor of his
there is a category of giga males that is just a force of nature, and I like to think that I'm part of them. and they need a special category of woman to be interested in them and to make the giga male viable. Because it's like, if we didn't have a Mama JF to reproduce the JFs of this world, the JFs of this world would disappear. Looking slim and healthy. Yes, I lost a lot of weight. I'm still targeting maybe 15 more pounds of loss to be at my best.
Oh, he's gonna.
But yeah, I've been fasting in extreme ways. 4 days at a shot. Just Gatorade, zero water. My health has improved enormously. The measures on glucose, blood glucose, blood pressure.
No one cares.
I'm like when I was 18. I'm at my best. So already the weight I've already lost is an enormous progress health-wise. No, I'm not on Ozempic. No, I'm doing purely fasting. I am on dapagliflozin, which helps, but it's not like Ozempic. It just makes you leak calories a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, about Mama JF, you have to understand something. I was at the height of the blood sports era. I was the celebrity of 4chan in 2017.
So proud of you.
I was inseminating a woman who eventually ran out with my child, right at the day of my child's birth in Quebec.
That was before.
I just want to point out that was not the last woman to run out on him with a child.
Yeah.
Like he had one as early as last September, who ran away, went back to the States, and he will never see that child.
Yeah, she ran out.
And I'm inseminating this one.
Yeah.
Had the baby.
And I get a DM.
So gross.
And I swear, this is the first DM I got from Mama JF. She says, "Hey JF, don't trust what my sister says to you. I'm not like this, very different. I mean, she's crazy, Just don't listen to her. I know you think this about me, but my sister is completely out of track." I didn't know who the fuck this woman was. I didn't know she was a woman. That's just a random Twitter account saying this to me. I don't know her sister. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And this is what I would like to tell you guys. Never miss a chance. Never miss a chance.
Oh, God.
Because sometimes a chance for you in life shows in those ways. And see the potential of the people approaching you. Because it may be your last.
Let's see a tear.
This deluded woman contacts me. And I'm like, I will treat her like any other woman. Whatever she's talking about with her sister, I have no clue. But I will tell her the exact thing that I say to any other woman. So are you contacting me for the purpose of reproduction? And she says yes.
Yeah, terrible.
And, back then you have to know. I don't know at that moment, okay? I don't know at that moment. But I'm a celebrity on 4chan. Mama JF has been reading about me on 4chan. Mama JF trusts 4chan as her main source of news, okay? And Mama JF has been told by 4chan that I am the greatest man on earth. And that I don't know at the moment that she contacts me. But she's been developing the idea that I'm the greatest man on earth. I'm the king of the earth. And she has been pushed into that conviction by sourcing her news only from 4chan.
So he's
give me 10 seconds.
about
I'll
the
just
fact
sneeze
that
in a Kleenex.
He had pull on her. He's laughing about the fact that he had this woman who obviously wasn't all there, and she fell in love with him online in a parasocial relationship, and he took her in knowing that she was not cognitively.
Oh no, Holly, he didn't take her in. Holly, he kidnapped her. Listen, it just gets so fucked up, Holly. I wish you would have watched it.
Speak it in his words, right? Like,
okay, but he's so fucked. He's such a Holly. It's about to get sick. Like it can't. When you think it can get worse, JF just shows up and he's just like, blah. So much worse. And let's not forget that he's got the 2 kids. Like, this is like, he's the shit that he says about her. Oh, it's awful.
And at that moment, not only did she acquire this idea that I'm the king of the world, that I am the savior of the white race, because she read this on 4chan. But she's also printing screenshots of me on Warski Live, and just taking these screenshots, putting them on paper, and she's distributing those papers on the metro in the city in Montreal, because she's hanging out with these drug takers and these street people who happen to be alt-right maniacs, who happen to be fans of me, and she's distributing these pieces of paper to people on the metro, saying, JF, savior of the white race. She's just handing them out. And when I entered her life and eventually understood that, a long time after that, I got to see that she had still those printouts. I got to see her, like, there was a stack of my picture of papers, pieces of paper that she had printed of JF, king of the world, JF, savior of the white race, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Justice McDaniel says, outsourcing your sexual selection to 4chan based. Yeah. So at that point, I'm in the process of inseminating a woman. And so I'm like, okay, there's this crazy woman who's, I don't know that she's that much of a fan of me, but she's saying things that don't make sense to me in DM. Eventually, I will find out that she was so much on drugs, she was smoking so much pot, that she confuses reality, and that she was unable to tell that I don't know her sister. And but Mama JF, when on drugs, was constantly mistaking stuff of reality, and she was constantly.
I just need to be clear. When he's saying drugs, he's saying pot, okay? He is not talking heroin or crack, and he talks about her like as if she's fucking shooting heroin and stuff like that. It is pot.
Doing like psychedelics or something like that. Like pot does not. It
can make some people can have psychosis on it, but I mean, right. She probably did have some mental health issues. Let's be honest. We all saw her on the streams, but he loved that. That got his dick hard. He's sick. He's sick.
Gross.
I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm just going to say it the way it is.
Constantly thinking, JF thinks this about me. Or, oh, my sister said this to JF. Well, I didn't know her sister. So that is how it starts. And so I say, look, I'm currently inseminating a woman. If she ever leaves me, I will contact you back. And that was the end of this conversation. And then it lasted about 6 months. Eventually, another child of mine is born. And the woman ran with the child from the first day the child was born, and betrayed me, made false allegations to the child kidnappers of the Quebec government, and got custody of the child, and got full attack on my parental rights. And so there I am. I'm stuck in having been dropped and left behind by this woman. And I'm like, okay, it's time to contact this girl now. And I say, hey, Mama JF, so you contacted me earlier.
I'm going to be honest. Sorry, Lucy. I just want to jump in. I contacted her family, and I did speak with her brother. They want nothing to do with this. So, and I'm not being nice. I'm not going to be nice about it. Like, oh, it's going to be hard. Fuck off. It's your fucking sister, and it's your daughter. Okay.
It's your child.
You obviously failed her in life all through life, and now you failed her in her death. You don't fucking check in on your grandkids. I'm sorry. You suck. You shitty people. You should feel guilty. I don't really care. They're terrible people. Élora had no chance. Sorry, it gets me really pissed off.
Yeah, I'm ready now. Let's make babies.
Gross. And
she gives me her phone number, and I call her, and I swear to God, I call her, and I'm like, hello, this is JF. And what I hear at the other end of the phone, and I have no idea how this woman looks. I have no idea who she is. I hear this at the end of the other phone. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? What kind of situation have I ended up in? Is this a Down syndrome woman? Is this some kind of massive genetic disorder? And it turns out, now that I understand more about her, she was just slurring because she was on so much drugs and lived in such shit, lived in an apartment filled with cockroaches. and just was smoking pot so much that she.
Yeah, so when you live with cockroaches, Holly, it makes you slur like this. Like he has to hit every pot shot he can hit. This is why it's disrespectful. It's why it's fucked up. He's just such a gross human being. Any woman at this point that lets this man inseminate her, you're fucked. You're nuts. It's disgusting. Okay, Holly. So if you have cockroaches, you might start slurring, just so you know.
She couldn't even speak anymore. And I'm like, this is a case for Papa JF. I'm going to be a builder here. There's still a vagina in there.
He's a predator.
If she is more than 19 years old, she can consent. I'm going to work this woman and have some babies with her.
He's a predator.
Now, I was scared because there was no way to ask her to speak more clearly on the phone. And I was like, maybe it's not. I didn't know then that it was drugs. I was like, definitely there's something very, very weird with this woman. Now I know that it was just that she was too much on drugs. So I'm like, okay, you know what? There's potential here. She's a woman, and I'm going to go to her apartment and just see what's the state of the handicap here. Is it Down syndrome? Is it, I don't know.
He's going to go. He
Worst
give
case
a
scenario,
shit.
she's totally handicapped, and I just leave that aside, and I go back to my home. So I drive into Montreal, and I say, get ready. I'm coming to you. And she responds, I have no idea what she responds. She responds like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? This girl is going to be in a fucking wheelchair when I arrive. Like this.
Of course, that's
man's
what
disgusting.
For a woman that you want to have sex with as a normal human being, a normal man, is you want a woman that can't speak.
Right? That you think might be so handicapped they're not able to even walk, and you're going to go and do it. You are a fucking predator creep. You are a danger. He is a danger. He's a sick fuck. Okay, look,
this is what I expect when I drive into Montreal, 2 hours from where I was living. I'm like, this is going to be a bedridden girl, probably with a nurse beside her, and probably speaking through through a straw, typing what she wants to say. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just see. Let's just see what the universe has for me here. And I arrive at the apartment that she told me to knock at. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And she opens the door. And I see a beautiful Mama JF. Not only beautiful, but functional. You know,
her name is Élora.
I was like, holy shit, she can walk.
Her name is Élora.
And I was like, what the fuck am I falling into here? Because this is a functional woman. She looks okay, but she can't speak on the phone. And then eventually I smelled the marijuana and I realized, holy shit, this is like a drug den that she's living. And I looked down to her hips, and she has the most exaggerated fairy mini skirt. Like, not the sexy prostitute trying to be sexy level. More like, my life is fucked up, and this is the only thing I could find that's kind of close to sexy for you. And it's like a Halloween costume of a fairy, but it's also kind of sexy.
He's such a prick.
Wow, this is love. She has put together in her drug den of marijuana-fueled confusion. She has put together the most sexy thing that she could. And that just happened to be a Halloween-like fairy costume. I was like, this is over-the-top kind of shit.
You guys, this is the mother of his children who has disappeared, okay? She's not been found dead yet. Like, she's just disappeared. And the way he's talking about her, like, what the fuck? I know none of my exes would talk about me like that. I know they wouldn't. Like, he thinks he's this shit, and she's so lucky to find him. Fuck, he should have left her in her drug den.
And so I enter confidently.
Like a story.
I sit on her couch. Her couch is just crackling with cockroaches. And there is ash, and there is traces of pot use, and there's 2 refrigerators somehow in the apartment, because she needs a refrigerator separated for her lettuces. I'm not shitting you here. It was a 1-room apartment where you can only have 1 bed and a kind of a couch, and there's 2 refrigerators in it, and one is dedicated and filled with fucking lettuces. And she has a bed that is ridden in dirt, a broken window, it's taped with duct tape. This is how I see Mama JF first. And so I'm like, okay, whatever this is, my job from nature is to convert this into a mother. So she's already ready to kiss me. She wants me to fuck her on her bed. And I'm like, I'm moving my dick. It's like in between the waves of cockroaches. And I'm like, I'm going to try to just place my hip in a way that the waves of cockroaches aren't too close, you know?
Like, can you fucking imagine?
And
Why? Like, first of all, we all know that's not real. Cockroaches are mostly nocturnal. I mean, I guess he could have been there at night, but they're not going to be caving in like waves. Like, he's just, the way he has to make her sound just so revolting and disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
He's disgusting.
It's interesting that he rescued her from this house that had 2 refrigerators that were full of lettuce and a broken window that was duct taped.
Yeah. Yeah, he is mentally impaired. He 100% is.
Well, and then he moves her to that beautiful house and the PI that we just watched.
Yeah.
Which is so much better. With an air mattress with his millions of dollars.
Yeah. Well, you know, he is a man that just provides. Anyways, let's listen to more about his dick and the cockroaches. Like, he's just so gross.
Can we not?
We have to, Holly. We got to do it, man. We got to do it for Laura. If the police had not picked up on all those lies yet, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
We had sex like within the 10 minutes that I first saw her.
Oh, good. So you made her sound like a whore.
And then we chill, and she's offering me pot, and I'm like, no, I don't want to take marijuana. I like to keep my mind clear.
It does.
And Murdoch says, and they're saying romance is dead. Oh yeah, that was true romance. Like, you could have a movie about this shit. You could absolutely have a movie about this shit. So here I'm discovering, okay, so this girl is slurring her speech, but when you're in person, she's slurring her speech a lot on the phone, but when you're in person, it's mostly because of the drugs. And in these moments where she's not on drugs, I can kind of understand what she's saying. And she's not bedridden with a massive genetic disorder. Perfect. Functional pussy.
Okay, hold on.
That's my criteria.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause it.
And so I'm like, now we need to get this girl out of this environment.
Hold on, I'm going to pause it.
And
okay, go on.
So this is a fine, upstanding citizen. Excellent example of a man. He first gets a phone call from somebody that he thinks is physically disabled and slurring her words, and he thinks that it's a woman with a straw or something. Yeah. So then he's like, cool, goes over to her house, finds out that she's impaired, whether it's on marijuana or alcohol or whatever. Yeah. And he still thinks it's a good idea after these 2 big no-no things.
He loves red flags.
He has sex with her while she's impaired.
Yeah, that sounds rapey, JF, you fucking creeper. Good pointing out, Holly.
Sounds
they do call him JF Gariepy for a reason.
Gariepy. Because this is one of the parts that I watched, was she's talking about how impaired she is, how she's not thinking straight. He couldn't understand what she was talking about, but yet he felt that it was the best idea for him as a fine, upstanding man, the king of all men,
the celebrity of 4chan,
the celebrity of 4chan, the Giga Chad. That's what a man is supposed to do. Is he's supposed to immediately fuck this
yes
woman.
Yes. Yeah, so that's really bad. Good catch, Holly. I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, he's a little raper. You dirty little raper, JF.
Little rapey.
Fucking gross. But he's also a kidnapper. He's 100% a murderer. Come on, wait to hear the kidnapping story. He it makes sense where he moved here in Alberta. It makes sense now why after you hear this story. He likes to isolate women. He's a creep.
And out of drugs. And so I'm like, all right, Mama JF, I'm evaluating your situation here. This apartment is not good for you. I'm bringing you to my apartment in Saint-Agathe-des-Monts, which is 2 hours north of Montreal. You're going to be much better here. And there's nothing for you here. You're not working here. You're just maintaining this apartment to survive. You have all of your druggy friends coming in and out. It's like a hippie dream gone bad. I'm bringing you to a cleaner apartment, and we're going to have babies. And so I bring her to the apartment, and there's many times at which she wants to return to her apartment. And I will tell you, don't give up. Like, if you decide this project of reproducing a troubled woman, it's gonna take repeat. It's gonna take work. So I'm bringing her to my apartment. It lasts maybe 2 or 3 days before she makes a crisis. She needs drugs. She needs alcohol. And at times I try to buy some time. Okay, well, you know what? Let's drink 1 beer, but not more. But she pushes and she wants to go back to the street and drive me in Montreal. I have stuff to do. And sometimes I drive her back and I concentrate on my work. And back then I'm a streamer already. So back then is the whole Warski era and thereafter the public space era. So I have to stream every night. Sometimes I cannot supervise her. And okay, you want to go back to Montreal? Let's go back to, I'm going to drive you back there. Or she was taking the bus back to Montreal. And then, there were days where she would sleep in Montreal. And then I'm writing to her on the phone and what's up. And I can see that she's disconnected from me. I can see that she's careless. And I'm like, no, I have the project of making you a mother.
Guys, she disconnected. She removed him from her contacts. She did not want him contacting her. So listen to what this psycho fucking weirdo does. Listen, like, he's no boundaries whatsoever.
I'm going to come pick you up in Montreal. And I was driving the streets of Montreal, driving 2 hours to Montreal, knowing that she would be on one of those streets, hanging out with her homeless, druggy boyfriends. And I swear to you, on one of these days, I drive to a street and there she is. And she's holding a homeless guy's hand. Just out of nowhere, homeless guy. And they're walking hand by hand. And I drop out of my car and I say, hey, Mama JF, we're together now. There's no such thing as other men right now. I say this straight to her face and the face of the guy. And I swear that the homeless guy just folded. He just folded. I was like, you're not holding the hand of anyone else. Right on the streets of Montreal.
He jumped out of his car. She's clearly with another man. He's saying he's homeless. The guy was probably just like a hippie type dude.
Hippie dude. Dirty hippie dude.
God, he should have left her there. But anyways, then he tells her how it's going to be. And she's got cognitive issues, so she's not going to be very good at standing up for herself. Doesn't sound like the homeless guy would have been very confident. He's laughing about the homeless guy's lack of confidence. There's nothing more disgusting about this man. I can't think of anything. Like, he just gets worse.
Picture the scene in your head. Elora was what, 5'10"? She was very tall.
Yeah.
So this hippie dude, I'm imagining a tall, slim, disheveled individual.
Yeah.
This little thing waddles out of his car at 5'6".
Yeah. He's probably skinny then, but yeah.
He might have been skinny then, but I'm going to imagine him waddling because we all saw the picture in the awesome greenhouse that he built, and that's going to live in my heart forever. But he gets out of the car, this little thing, and he starts going, "Here, get away from my woman!" And apparently, this homeless guy just goes, "Oh, okay, sorry," and then walks away.
Yeah. Whatever happened, I mean, I'm going to be honest, it would have freaked me out. I would be creeped out, and I would have probably gone with him too. Like, if I felt like we'd already had this relationship, like I would have been like, I didn't want a scene. I wouldn't want him to hurt the guy. Like, whatever. I probably would have gone too.
Well, and yeah, she's obviously not all there.
No.
We all know Élora, and we've seen her on stream. Well, we know her of her online personality, and we've seen her on stream. We've talked to people who knew her. She wasn't quite all there. So if she's being manipulated and gaslit, I hate that word, but I'm going to use it, and she's got this guy saying, "You need to be with me," she would crumple quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna push play because I don't want to be here till 10.
Okay.
I tried to fast forward it. I've sped up the speed already, just so.
Did you?
So it took about a month before she would get into that program of, no, you're not on the streets. having sex with everyone to get drugs anymore. You're with me and you're my wife. And that's another message to the guys out there. Just claim your woman.
No.
They are fucking insane. But you have to claim them. You have to claim them and you have to impose the authority. So there I was, street fighting effectively for Mama.
I agree with him here. As a man, you do have to claim your woman.
Yeah, but if she says she doesn't want you, she doesn't want you.
If she doesn't want to, and if she's physically removing herself from you
and the town you live in,
and leaving the town that you're in,
blocking your phone number,
disconnecting herself from you, maybe don't go claim that woman.
Yeah, you can't. You shouldn't have. That wasn't your woman.
I'm a claimed woman.
Now, yeah, but
Happily.
This guy's a psycho.
True.
He's a psycho. True. He should not have. Ugh.
JF. And after a month, she went into the program of, okay, I'm going to stay with you. And eventually I detached her from her apartment and showed her that my apartment was much better for her. And despite the big crises, and of course she wanted to go back to the streets every day. She would go into crises and started throwing stuff at me. And I want to go back. I want to go back. But I was always pushing, while sometimes allowing her back during that month. I was always pushing to work her into a healthy lifestyle.
Healthy.
So it was a very tumultuous first month. Eventually, I say, all right, now you're going to have to abandon your apartment because you're just paying for this cockroach-filled apartments. And we're going to live together here now. And now I'm making money. The public space is rising. The super chats are coming in. By the way, if you'd like to support the show, use the dollar button under the regular chat. If you appreciate these stories, contribute to the show with super chats on YouTube, or use the Streamlabs or XChat links in the description below. I read all super chats during the show. So I was birthing as a very popular YouTuber back then.
Donations via Rumble.
And I was making money, and I was getting ready to publish my book. And eventually I published my book under Mama JF's editing company, which I built with her, because I was like, okay, you're going to be the promoter of the books, and I'm going to work on the stream side.
Really quick, listen to this. So he's just talked about how retarded she is, right? For how long and how gross?
Yep.
I want you to listen to this. Okay.
So it was a very tumultuous first month. Eventually, I say, all right, now you're going to have to abandon your apartment because you're just paying for this cockroach-filled apartments, and we're going to live together here now. And now I'm making money. The public space is rising. The super chats are coming in. By the way, if you'd like to support the show, use the dollar button under the regular chat. If you appreciate these stories, contribute to the show with super chats on YouTube, or use the Streamlabs or XChat links in the description below. I read all super chats during the show. So I was birthing as a very popular YouTuber back then. And I was making money, and I was getting ready to publish my book. And eventually I published my book under Mama JF's editing company, which I built with her, because I was like, okay.
She's so retarded. She can't talk, but now she can build an editing company with him. Like, which lane is she? What is it? You got to pick a lane.
Well, she's 007.
I forgot. My bad.
You're going to be the promoter of the books, and I'm going to work on the stream side. And eventually, we had enough money, and she had enough savings for buying a house on PEI, Prince Edward Islands, a small island of Canada in the east, where we thought, okay, since I've been attacked by the Quebec government on my father's rights, and there doesn't seem to be a way out of these attacks on my family, we're just gonna go live elsewhere. We're gonna find a place where we can have peace. And eventually we packed everything together, and as she was abandoning her apartment, I drove there, and we were just emptying the last stuff. There was a backpack of hers. There were a couple of stuff, and I inspected the backpack, and there was still lots of drugs in it. And I was like, no, you're not bringing this at all. You have to separate from this lifestyle because you're going to be a mother. And so there was this guy, like, she had guy friends, because all women like this are kind of halfway through prostitution, and they all have their boy friends that are always hanging around looking for a small opportunity for fucking. And there were two of these guys, and They were outside the apartment, and I take all of the drugs that I find in her backpack, and I go give it to one of the guys. And those guys were, they were kind of beta friends.
This one
These
here?
kinds of guys who hang around women and they just hope to get the crumbs of sex they can get.
The reason why he put everything in under Elora's name is because the previous parents of his children were after him for child support.
So the U.S. will not, like, they will go hard too. They don't care what country.
Yeah, the U.S. they don't care. But the reason why he was hiding his income and everything had to go through Élora and the house had to be under her name is because he was avoiding child support for his first 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a fine, upstanding father that's repopulating the earth with his insemination. I just wanted to point that out. Go ahead.
So gross.
And there I was, the Giga Chad, just bringing her out of this whole environment and telling her, you're going to be a woman, shut the fuck up. You're going to be a mother, shut the fuck up. And I take the drugs that she had in her backpack, and I hand it to the guy. And I said, look, I don't want her to have any of this. So I'm giving them to you. You probably have a purpose for it since you're hanging out in those circles. And he was like, oh, bro, you know what? I think it's going to be very good for her, what you're doing. Like completely taking her out of this lifestyle. That's very good, bro. And I was like, yeah, you get it. You got it.
He's such a predator, right? Like, there's nothing.
All right. The people who make disparaging comments, I will ban you because
Get fucked. We don't care.
No matter how much the situation of Mama JF was bad at the moment I encountered her, I believe that there is absolutely no question that I improved her life.
No, you
that
didn't.
I allowed Mama JF to get to the best of herself, the best of what she could be. So we're getting ready to move to PEI, and we still have something to deal with, which is that Mama JF has been engaged in criminality her whole life. And in Canada, the petty criminality of women is not punished at all. They don't just get pardoned in Canada. They get eraser of your record. So you can literally commit crimes every month of your life. And the new judge that's looking at you for the current crime doesn't even know that you have a rap sheet of 100 crimes before that. So before we leave Quebec, we have to make sure that Mama JF doesn't have outstanding criminal trials. And there is there is one trial that she's going through for stealing salmon at a supermarket.
No,
and so
his followers do.
I'm like, we have to get you an unconditional pardon, because if you're being kept into this criminal system, if you're being jailed, if they keep us, if they put a condition that you have to stay in Quebec, then we won't be able to flee. And so I'm like, I'm going to go with you at the trial, and we're going to make a case that you're now totally fixed, that you're now set with a moral man who has, and it wasn't even false, it was true, that you have now encountered a moral man who has put you on the track of morality, and that you regret what you've done, and that you would like an unconditional pardon. Now, the reason I concocted for this is we were getting ready to publish the Revolutionary Phenotype. And I was like, we're going to make the case that I'm an international celebrity, and I am. And I need you now as my assistant. And we're going to need to travel across Canada, and we're going to need to travel to other countries sometimes. And it would be very bad if there was something on your criminal record, because then you wouldn't be able to be my staff assistant. And precisely this idea that you're my assistant and my editor is what has fixed your life. It's what has taken you out of this criminal milieu. So that was the idea. And she had kind of a lawyer that I don't know if it was a public defender, but a very cheap lawyer that she had. And the lawyer didn't even show up at her trial. And so the judge was constantly saying all day, sorry, your lawyer is not there. He hasn't shown up.
Really quick, everybody that's watching, if you can in the chat, I just want you, this next part of the story. If you think it's true, put a T or write true. If you think he's lying, put an L or put that he's lying. I don't believe anybody will believe this next part.
We'll put you at the end of the day. We're going to wait for your lawyer. The lawyer never shows until the very end. And then at the very end, I'm regrouped. They bring me in. They bring me in a side discussion, not in front of the judge.
Eventually,
Those people who ask personal questions, I'm going to ban. So get ready. I'm going to ban a lot. For those people who want to bring the conversation where I've decided not to bring it, fuck off or I'll ban you. So I'm being taken on the side. And the district attorney is there, and it's all about the deal that we're going to come to reach before we get to the judge. There's the lawyer of Mama JF. Mama JF has stolen a salmon. There's me, and there's the district attorney. And the lawyer of Mama JF does a small, favorable speech for Mama JF. Look, she regrets. It was an error of youth. She is now with a man who wants to hire her as a staff assistant. It's very important that she doesn't have a criminal record to be able to travel with this man. And the district attorney looks at the attorney of Mama JF and he says, "That's fucking bullshit, bro." And then he looks at me. You're not her employers. You're the guy who wants to fuck her in hotel rooms across the fucking continent.
The Crown said that.
And I look at the district attorney.
Or the DA?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? This is exactly correct. I'm just the guy who wants to fuck her in hotel rooms across the continent. But this fact makes her extremely, probably a decent person in the future. And this fact that I have her under my supervision as I fuck her for the next months and years of my life ensures that she will not be a recidivist. And so, yes, I'm this guy. But I'm also better than any program you could put her in that will have her stop stealing salmon. Because I solve the issues of poverty in which she lives, I care for her, and I supervise her moral behavior. And it's precisely the fact that I fuck her that makes me a better fit individual to take care of her than all of your fucking social programs. And the guy says, all right.
Things that definitely did not happen.
The guy accepts. All right. If the judge accepts, we're going to grant that this is the best thing for her. So they set up to appear in front of the judge. The lawyer of Mama JF disappears again. The lawyer of JF disappears again. Of Mama JF. And it's like we come in front of the judge. I'm only sitting as in the crowd portion because I'm not a lawyer for Mama JF.
There's no district attorney.
And the judge gets pissed.
It's the
and he's
crowd.
like, I'm frustrated at these lawyers not showing up. I don't even want to hear any of your arguments. I'm freeing this woman unconditionally. I don't care about the passport argument. I'm freeing her because she has the right to a lawyer, and this fucking lawyer isn't showing up.
Yeah, judge is swearing now too.
Oh,
and that's how we got
that all the time.
So you were asked, somebody was asking, sorry, I think it's Dakota Oliver. You were asking about whether you could find, it sounds like this she didn't get a record from this. She got to do a conditional sentence, right? Like you get a year, you'd be good for a year, you do your little community hours or whatever, you'd be good for a year, no criminal charges for a year, and then that charge goes away. So I don't think there is any way to find that.
Well, and I mean,
it was shoplifting salmon.
Shoplifting salmon. So a shoplifting charge under $5,000 is just a misdemeanor, which you can not get a charge from and then do like 100 hours of community service, and it doesn't go on your record. That has nothing to do with her being a woman and how women don't get charged in Canada, because we're just willy-nilly running around here like idiots.
Okay, I do want to really quick, Adam everywhere, really quick, because I've seen this comment in different places. She rode the bike nude because there was a nude protest. It was a protest from the school, like the university or whatever. They were all on strike, and it was a nude strike. She wasn't actually just being a fucking weirdo. It was, most people wore their underwear. She did not. She went all the way with it. And the vandalism, she was never charged with. Okay, I'm going to push play now.
Yeah.
JF with no criminal records and therefore cleared to be with me without too much. She had done some volunteer work for like 60 hours to show her work for the community, but then she got released and got pardoned in a way that was protecting her record. Yes, it was a female judge. It was a female judge being
Oh, of
pissed
course. Story
that
changes now because
while
he
I
was
had
saying to me before.
I had made my
Yeah, it was.
strong argument to the district attorney, and we were already set on a deal. The female judge ultimately just decided to free Mama JF of any record, just based on the fact that her lawyer wasn't showing up on time. And yes, John Drake says the lawyer did a great job. Then, yeah, I mean, you can respect this. I mean, the lawyer didn't show up, and it was probably the best thing to do in this case. So there I was, having claimed my woman, and I want you to understand. I'm telling you all this story not because I care about my own story,
Oh, right.
but to all the guys out there, these opportunities, you have to grab them in ways that are irrational, that are over the top. It's insane
not
what I had
listen
to
to
do
him.
for a fucking female. But I did it. I did it because I thought if there's babies at the end of it, this is all worth it. I don't care. I don't care cleaning apartments with cockroaches. I don't care having sex around the cockroaches. I don't care about having to suffer through taking a woman out of drugs and criminality. At the end of it,
Savior.
it's whether I have reproduction or not. And since there's a potential to it, and since there's no other option, I'm going to go for it. So we
No other
built our
option.
life
That's
in
the
a
only
cheap
true
house
thing
of
he said.
PEI because I don't like.
That's the only honest thing he said.
Agreed.
No other option. He had no other options. That's
and
why
there-
he was desperately chasing her down.
There was a comment up here. I can't remember who said it. For a genetics obsessive that was all about perpetrating the white race
Yeah.
and the whatever revolutionary phenotype and all that stuff. What a strange choice.
Well, he didn't. His first child isn't white.
No, his first child was with the young
Biracial.
lady that's Hispanic.
I'm pretty sure it was black.
But I mean, if you go down to the bottom of it, people from Spain are considered white. Technically.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a black person. For real.
But yeah,
His first
so
wife.
he's been breeding with he has a biracial child, which whatever, but he's this great white supremacist, which I totally don't think that he is.
He was trying to get Asian women 2 months ago. He was asking for
trying to
Chinese
shop
ladies.
for Asian. I was going to say that he's trying to shop for Asian women a little while ago to breed with.
He's a liar.
So
He's just a fucking creepy liar.
This is your white supremacist. This is your revolutionary genotype or phenotype or whatever. This is your keep the white blood pure guy. For all the people that follow this bullshit, this is what you're modeling yourself after. I'm sorry.
Well, it's obviously fake. Cat got your tongue. PEI. So you know the lawyer that he talks about. Keep that in mind. He said that he had a lawyer, or she had her own lawyer, and she went in and signed everything away.
When she signed the papers,
that part does come up. It does become relevant. We'll continue on. We are halfway through.
Like having mortgages or debt, so we just bought the house cash on PEI, and we started building that house and renovating it and improving it. I eventually ended up selling the house. Mama JF actually was the seller of the house, and she ended up making profit on it
wasn't there.
because we had improved it so much.
No,
We installed an AC, we've redone some floors, we've built a whole farm around the house. This was the greenhouse, and I'm showing you here a preview of White People Food because that passage is in the book.
Okay, do you see that greenhouse?
Uh-huh.
That looks very similar to the greenhouse. But you notice the video at the very beginning that we had, it looked like they had nothing in their greenhouse.
So this could have been the first season after it was built, because you can see remnants of a garden that did exist there. You can see the trellising that was built in the middle. You can see some evidence. And for all the research we've done over Élora and her love of nature and her wanting to eat healthy and all of that stuff, I don't doubt that she did grow a nice little garden in there.
Yeah. Well, she seemed to like lettuce a lot more than he did. Okay, we'll keep going.
Yep.
And those are some of the harvests we got. I built this greenhouse myself with the pillars, with the cross X's that were maintaining the lateral stability. I built it with automated watering of all the fields, and I built it in a way that just your iPhone or your phone can just trigger a schedule, and you can decide I'm watering for 30 minutes or I'm watering for 1 hour. It was an extremely advanced and technological greenhouse, and we made it absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful to see on the outside. We planted pear trees and apple trees on the land. I had to abandon all of this eventually down the line, and I'll tell you why at the later in the story. But this was a very idyllic moment. So those are some lettuces that we had. We had a whole elevated garden cultivating all of our lettuces, arugula, chives. We had blackcurrant trees that we planted. This is Mama JF's beef bone roast for stock. We were buying beef bones straight from the farmers that were our neighbors. It was a great place. Eventually, it was not so great because of what follows. But back then, it was great. And so I continue inseminating Mama JF in the process, and she becomes pregnant. And still to this day, despite the disappearance of Mama JF in 2023, I'm still raising these children. They are the center of my life. And it's amazing the way Mama JF was participating and letting me do all of this building of the house, and how she was caring for the pregnancy and for giving birth. And Mama JF had the courage to give birth.
Nobody's saying that that people with disabilities don't deserve love. She absolutely deserved love, but did she deserve to be abused and disappear? Because she was abused. There's videos of her with bruises all over her body. Okay, you can tell there was violence in the house. She was isolated. She was alone. She wasn't allowed to have friends. This guy's a fucking psycho. So yeah, and he isn't autistic. I mean, he's something fucking wrong with the guy, but no, I don't think anybody deserves to find love with this guy, because I don't think it's possible. I think he's a sick psychopathic fuck.
Okay, so to add on to what you're saying, Rocky, everyone deserves love and companionship, regardless. And what he was offering her was not love and companionship. It was abuse and possession. He didn't love her.
He knew he could overpower her.
He knew he was abusive, and he knew he could overpower her because she had a different mind.
Yeah, sociopath. Yeah,
sociopath, 100%. So no, that comment completely
had nothing to do with Mama JF. This is all our shitty comments are all to him. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She was just trying to live her life.
Oh, cat got your tongue. People with disabilities do not deserve to be abused.
Yeah,
100%.
To our children, in the living room.
Oh,
no
here,
medical assistance, just straight up coming out of her vagina onto the floor of the living room. I have welcomed these babies into the world straight from Mama JF's legs as she was standing on our floor in the living room. Because Mama JF had listened to, at first she was thinking maybe
when you're giving birth, the blood comes from your leg.
I told her, you know what, if you want, we can do home birth. And she eventually got super addicted to these indie birth podcasts that they do. And she listened to it more and more, and she became fascinated at the idea of giving home birth. And she just gave birth on the floor with the placenta coming out and the whole floor covered in blood. It was beautiful. So few men.
I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me that this man is not staging an alibi, basically, for the reason blood would be found underneath the floorboards there. There's just, what, you didn't put a tarp down, you didn't put anything down. You're a fucking expert in biology, and you didn't.
You're
you do nothing.
Scientist, like a.
Yeah, just
you're a scientist, and your wife wanted to have a home birth, and I have nothing against home births.
No, do what you want.
There are ways that you prepare for a home birth to make it sanitary and to capture all the goo and fluids that come out of your body when you do give birth.
Yeah.
And I mean, if there's that much blood, maybe go to the doctor, because it's not supposed to be that much blood.
Yeah,
Just
well,
saying.
I don't think that. I think the blood is he's staging that because he's worried just in case somebody
Yeah, no.
ever, if a cop wakes up fucking quick and goes in there and they fucking find the blood. That's what I think that was. He's just so gross.
So few men on this planet Earth have the chance to experience the true couple giving birth in the natural way, in the way it's meant to be. Because there's so much intervention once you get into a hospital, it messes with the whole process. The fact is, the way to give birth by nature is simply to accept that your body has control of it all, and that as a midwife once told me, there are no babies that stay stuck in your belly. There are no women walking around with a 90-year-old baby in their belly. And that's because every pregnancy will end up in delivery. And nature has it all figured out. Most of the things they do in hospitals is completely useless. And it's actually taking medical credit for the beauty of nature. So yeah, there aren't much home birth risk. You need to research. You need to know what if this thing happened. But other than this, it's just going to work. It's just going to work because it worked for all of your ancestors. And so the chances that you need a nurse to make a pregnancy work is very low. Okay, because nature has it figured out so much better than what hospitals can do. So I had the privilege.
Sorry, what?
No, I'm just like, okay, so Frank Breach, the baby being spine to spine, upside down, shoulder dystocia occurs when the baby's shoulders becomes lodged behind the mother's pelvic bone.
There's totally risks. Of course there is. But
there's so many risks. And that's why when you go into a home birth situation, you do have, the hospital or some sort of medical professional on speed dial so that there can be medical intervention.
To be fair, he's lying here, though. There was a midwife for the first baby born in the house, and that was the first baby. The second baby, there was nobody else. But
yeah, and that's part of the extreme control, right? Because if you love your wife, you want to make sure that she has the birth of the child that she dreams of, which could be a home birth, but you're covered just in case something goes wrong.
No, but he's a doctor. He knows everything. He didn't want the hospitals involved because he didn't want the risks of social workers finding out.
Well, he didn't want the baby to be documented.
My children straight from the placenta on my uncovered hands as they came out of Mama JF. And that is absolutely beautiful. Now, you always have in Canada, you have to declare children. So it's like the first baby, we went to my walk-in doctor. The walk-in doctor is supposed to handle little coughs and little injuries and, I need a Band-Aid here. And we just arrived in the morning and he was used to see me, for just general health checkups and everything.
It seems like that.
Like, all right, today for the walk-in doctor, we're just coming here to show you this baby, check that he's healthy, and we're going to register him for birth. And we would need a letter from you because the agency that registers the birth, they need a letter. And the Indian doctor, which I respect, he was a good Indian doctor. But still, when they're Indian, they don't have this American culture of liberty. And he looks at me and he's like, every child in Canada must pass through the hospital. And it's not true. It's not true. Because every child is not your child. It's the child of the state.
Okay,
and I'm looking at him and I'm like, the state?
He didn't have American ideals.
And he starts...
And it has to go through the state.
These just lies.
They're called provinces here.
It's making a whole crisis that you have to go to the hospital. So it was Mama JF, by her choice of delivery, shocked the conscience of the medical establishment on PEI. But it was just okay. We said to the doctor, all right, you want us to go to the hospital? We're going to go to the hospital. But it does look like this child is very healthy. So we go to the hospital, and it was just a bureaucratic stuff. It was just filling papers and saying, yeah, the child is born. But the fact that this doctor just thought that the child is not yours, it's a child of the state, fuck this shit. By the way, home birth is not illegal in Canada. So it wasn't connected to reality here. But I guess he was so nervous that he would have some lawsuits going after him that that he just overreacted emotionally. So that's how it happened. And then everything went well, but eventually, women, they lose love for you. And Mama JF lost love for me because when she got to know me, I was a big celebrity and there was everything on 4chan about me. But eventually, I became a smaller streamer, and sometimes women will just lose respect for you. And she was progressively losing respect for me. And it's like, in a normal brain, a woman should just respect you for having taken out of the shit you lived in. Like, she should be adoring me for the rest of her life for taking her from the shit she lived in into a mother. and in fact, a mother farmer with a whole self-sustainability program around us, with a whole greenhouse to produce as much vegetables as the family needed for the whole year. Normally, a woman should be.
That's a really good point. I never even considered that. Adam Everywhere says, why did he want? Why? I think he want. Why did he want an unregistered child like his pal Jeffrey Epstein? We never know. He's a freak.
I know what you're implying, but I think the reason why he wanted an undocumented child was so then he had absolute possession over that human being, because that's his project, right? Remember, he talks about his kids and he says that they're his little projects.
Yeah.
He's able to translate from,
sorry, Glenn. Yeah, that's probably.
You know what? Good guy. Oh, yeah, you know what? Good guy for taking me out of the street. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm better without drugs than with drugs.
Just look at the contempt on this fucking guy's face. He's mad because she wants to leave him. Okay? This was the time when she went back to Montreal, was apparently in a old women's shelter, and was asked to leave because she wouldn't respect a transgender man dressed as a woman being
drugs. And I'm better as a mother than without being a mother. But a woman who is programmed for the search of thrill and risks will never do that. Murloc says, nah, druggies don't do that. They don't. And they fail at it because their brain is reprogrammed in dopamine ways to reinforce whatever they're seeking. And when they have the life of no thrill, and JF is a smaller streamer, and they don't talk about him on 4chan anymore, they lose respect for you. And it's not good for them, as we know from the story of Mama JF. It's really not even in their favor. So eventually she starts disconnecting, and she tries to have drugs. She's hiding drugs and small quantities of alcohol in the house. And every time I find them, and I throw them in the trash. And she finds ways somehow to get out and go buy these things while I don't pay attention, or maybe while I'm at the grocery store.
So now, like, when you go back and you think about the video camera or the cameras, the surveillance cameras he had in that tiny house, he had them in the living room and they were upstairs. He was literally monitoring her every move. It was not about protection. It was about him being able to monitor and control her. He is a sick psycho.
And I'm like, not in this house. I'm banning all of this behavior in this house. So eventually, the fact that I didn't let her fall back into rough behavior, I didn't tolerate any sort of abuse around me or the children, and I didn't tolerate any drugs or any alcohol in the house. I was always checking and monitoring that she was her best self, because I didn't want a situation in which the children would be hurt, or even the children would be exposed to any sort of chaos. So I was like, no, we're not doing this. Throwing to the trash. And because I'm home 24/7, it wasn't so bad. I was able to actually monitor her behavior properly.
What the fuck?
But eventually,
How
the
is that
call of
even
the
normal?
streets was too strong, and
be
she did
home,
that
gotta be
twice.
monitored.
At some point, she left for Montreal, and that was years before. Like, it was around 2021. She tried living to Montreal first.
Yeah.
And then I made a whole show about how if she doesn't come back, I'm getting a new girlfriend and coming inside of her.
Oh, he's so
And that
funny.
show that I did brought back Mama JF. Brought back Mama JF on the first time. And she was like, oh yeah, JF, you know what? I found myself on a couch in a park wanting to build a castle in Montreal so that everyone could come and take drugs with us. And I realized this makes no sense. My dream made no sense. I have to come back to JF. Mama JF, by the way, in terms of dreams, Mama JF had these crazy dreams and maniacal pursuits. And it went from sometimes just mastering bakery. Like, those are cakes I will never make in my life. I consider myself a pretty good chef.
That's
I
beautiful.
will never
That
make a
is over
Ferrero
her.
Rocher cake of
talent.
that nature. Hazelnut cream center, buttered chocolate.
No, I did think that maybe he stole these offline because we've
Probably.
never seen them before. But why didn't he ever share those on the streams? All he ever shared of her was the weird shit she did, right? Like the only time he shared her when it was sort of unstable looking, like where anytime it made her look unstable, that's when she was allowed on.
They did a few cooking streams together to show how fantastic of a cook he was.
Yeah.
And he belittled and berated her and made fun of her during all those cooking streams. But then
Chocolate
now
hazelnut.
he's sharing this. Like,
Yeah.
if
I
she
mean-
baked those, holy shit, she was talented.
Yeah, she was.
Layer here, triple layer, crunchy layer on the bottom, crumbled Ferrero Rochers on the side, icing melt on the outside of the cake, whipped cream, Ferrero Rocher toppings, creamed toppings surrounding the whole thing. Holy shit. This is the kind of potential that Mama JF has. Her craziness was mirrored with a massive drive for creation and insanity. No one does these kinds of cakes unless you're crazy or you're pursuing something insane. I mean, even these orange cycle triple layer cake, where the orange cycle is actually a baked cake. Those are not popsicles right here. Those are baked cakes that Mama JF did in small portions, covered them in orange glaze, and produced this fucking insane creation. So Mama JF had this kind of dream. She also had other dreams. At some point, she wanted to run away to save the white race, to go warn the Québécois that they are in danger, to go lead a political revolution movement in Europe, to go build a castle in the US where she can welcome people from all places of the world and create a utopia. This is what living with Mama JF meant. She was a very dreamy, bold woman, bold in her pursuits, bold in her creativity, and bold in her sins.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, my attempts to control her and limit her behavior so that it wouldn't hurt me, the family, or herself, eventually drove her away. The first time she went away, started creating her hippie commune in Montreal, realized that it didn't work, and then came back to me. And then the second time, in 2023, on June 17th, she had been talking for a month. Seriously. I mean, she had been talking for years, but she had been specifically talking for a month about this project. She wanted to go away. And she was having me shop all sorts of preparatory materials for her. She had me shop for a little tambourine seat, portable seat. She had me shop for survival items like knives. I remember that we had difficulty finding good knives, because somehow maybe it's legislated.
Pause. Okay, guys. Anybody who's been to Canadian Tire, they have a hunting section, yes? Walmart has a hunting section, whatever. Yeah. You can get knives, okay? This, I think the knife that could have possibly been used to help maybe dismember, and I know I'm sounding really gross, but let's be honest here. He's done monkey autopsies and stuff. He knew he'd need something bigger. I think the knife that he ordered that is no longer, there, was the knife that they took. So here's his staging the fucking knife.
So, okay, hold on. We all know that you can go into a mall and go to Williams and Sonoma and find beautiful knives.
Well, I don't think they have a mall there where they were in PEI.
Halifax is not too far away.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he was too invested in her trip, Holly, because I think it's all lies, Holly.
They're not legislated, guys. Knives are not legislated in Canada.
We're not in England yet.
That again, some PEI, or it's hard to find. I think we ordered a pruning knife from Amazon or something like this, because there were basically no knives in Canadian Tire. We were surprised about this, but all the camping sections, they didn't have knives, or they weren't practical ones. And so on June 17th, she decided to go. And I warned her family so that there would be people who know, like, look, from this moment on, I can't care for her. She decided to go. She wants to go back to the street. There's nothing I can do about it. Yes, there are risks, but she's taking these risks consciously. And the position of our family has always been, don't don't retain her. If she wants to go, she goes. So that's what I did. I also agree. You can't. There's a limit at which you can retain a person who wants to go. So she went. But that second trip, 2 days after, so we're June 17th. Within the 2 days after, up to June 19th, she has been sending me some text, just updating me on her travel. I had news that she had passed the bridge of PEI and into New Brunswick, so she was into continental Canada.
But JF does go on. I just want to make sure everyone hears this. He talks to us like we're all retarded. There's 2 ways to get onto PEI. Okay, you can drive. Yes, you could drive the bridge. The bridge, they do have cameras. The bridge cameras, I've checked. They're retained. The data is retained for 3 months. The other option you can do is you can take a ferry. You can put your car on the ferry and take the ferry over. The ferry, they don't log license plate numbers, which I found, like, I was blown away by that. They might now, but back then they didn't. So 3 years ago, they weren't doing that. So, and now I think I looked 2 days ago, and it's like they do it for 30 days. So he doesn't even indicate that there is another way on the island. His story is, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Apparently she was hanging out around the city of Moncton, which is the big city of New Brunswick.
No.
And some of the last things that she has said to me, both in voice, in person before leaving, and on these text messages, she was telling me, JF, don't ever wait for me. Go find a new wife because I'm not coming back. And I was telling her, no, I'll wait for you. We already have children. I would like you to come back. Maybe if you come back in 2-3 years, I'll take you back and we can have more children if you want. But I'm not going to get another wife. And she said, no.
Hold on. Okay, I just really quick need to play this. Remember that, guys. Remember what you said.
So in our research we did, we saw that the home
17th. On June 19th, so between 17th and 19th, she sent me a couple of messages. That time she called me on my cell phone to indicate that she was okay, that she was on her road. When she was calling, I was hearing highway noises like trucks, maybe cars passing by. She was definitely outside and close to a road. And on June 19th, which is the last time anyone ever saw her, it's also the last time she sent me a text message. And this text message was saying, I hope, it was a series of exchange between her and I. She was saying, I hope that you're good with the passwords, with the accounts, with the papers, with the legal stuff. If I can do anything to help you, you have to ask me within the next hour because I'm about to disappear forever. And so I was like, wow, you had told me you would stay around. You didn't tell me you would disappear forever. And she said, Be thankful that I'm warning you in advance. I will disappear. So do you need any password for my accounts? Do you need some things for my credit card? I said, no, I'm good. I manage everything. And she said, all right, well then bye. And that was the last time I spoke to her. So I've shown these texts to the police.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure because, now this has changed. It's now, go find a new wife. These just lies.
Jeff, I want you to get another wife. I'm really not coming back. So that's one of the things that she said. She also, we dealt with all the business rights to the book, to the books that I would do in the future. We arranged the financials because she didn't want a separation in court. She wanted the business to continue as it ran. She wanted her work to continue being her work and eventually benefit our children.
Okay.
But she wanted it arranged in a way that I can make sure that it continues. That's why, even still, despite it's our editing company, but I'm still selling the revolutionary phenotype myself on the stream, just like when we were together. So she wanted all of this to continue, the whole duo between the stream and the books. So one of the things that she said on the text that she sent me, she said, do you have all the passwords? Do you have all the controls for the business that you need? If you need me to do a phone call in the next 30 minutes, I can help you. But in 30 minutes, I'm disappearing forever. So like in front of this statement, I was like, okay, what
You see
What
this
is that?
chat?
She's gonna disappear forever in 30 minutes. Okay, so she's deciding to go off grid.
She was also breastfeeding her baby right before she left. I don't know any moms watching. That is painful trying to wean a child because your boobs just fill with milk and they leak and it's painful. I don't buy any of this bullshit.
No, but yeah, she was actively nursing her baby,
Her 10-month-old baby.
Her 10-month-old baby before she decided she was just going to disappear forever. Here's 30 minutes, my passwords for everything. Bye. Get
Find a new wife. Oh, because thanks for the knife. Because the knife is the only thing she took with her.
Yeah, thanks for the knife. Okay, so yeah, she was a little out there, a little strange, whatever. But there's a biological need that a woman has with a newborn.
He had a responsibility. Even if this is true, let's just say hypothetically, we all know it's not. He had a responsibility. He should call the authorities at that point. She's not making sound decisions, clearly, right? Like there's something going on.
She's really not planning to come back. And in fact, she's planning to do something like exactly what the Edward Snowden book that she had bought maybe a year or two before. And we had a copy of the Edward Snowden book. And she had read massive portions of it. And she was constantly telling me about how you have to, if you want to really go anonymous, you need to destroy these chips in your cell phone and you need to get rid of this electronic and this electronic. She had read all of this. And she had several times during our relationship talked to me about, Jeff, how can we be reborn? How can we be completely a different person? How could I change my name? She wanted to know about all this and she was fascinated by it. So when I got this message, I thought, all right, she's activating Operation B. Let's call it, not that we ever talked about it as a named operation, but very clearly to me, it was like, oh.
Femikaze, I just want to tell you, just because you missed it, but he goes into how she gave birth in the living room, standing up, by the way, standing up. She gave birth in the living room, and all the blood was just all over the floor, and the placenta just went, and he caught the babies with his uncovered hand, is how he said it. Anyways, so I believe that he is setting the stage for the blood that could be found in the living room underneath the new floor that he put in.
Okay, she's planning to do something absolutely insane, but it's totally in line with what she's always doing, and that's what she wants to do. So it's like at some point you have to acknowledge the capacity for someone to consent to risk. Because people have very broad judgment. They say, oh, this person is making bad decision. But the fact is, there are bad decisions that are bad by the perspective of the risk, but they discount the fact that some people want to take risk, and they want to take risk consciously, which is why I think it's insane to do something like parachuting. But I'm not going to stop someone from parachuting because I acknowledge, you know what, it's insane. You're exposing yourself to a risk for absolutely no reason. But I understand that you can understand that risk, and I'm going to let you do it. Same thing with Mama JF. It's not like I can say, oh, she's acting bizarre. Let's get her in a psychiatric hospital. Because down the line, the psychiatric hospital is always going to release these people back. And all that you're going to have done, 2 weeks down the line, she's out of the hospital. And she hates you. I don't want to do any of this because I know that Mama JF has been like this since she's 18 years old, 16, 18. And it's like, I'm not gonna take the price of being the bad guy in her eye. I'd rather respect her liberty, acknowledge that it's not a very good choice, that I disagree with it, and in fact, encourage her not to do it. But at the end, she did it.
Let her do whatever she wants.
After the 19th, that was
the guy who had video surveillance inside the house. She had to hide her pot. He would find her pot, and he was a no in the house. Yeah, he didn't want to restrict her though or control her. Who is he to say it was a bad idea? He fucking killed her.
He had to be in the house 24/7 to
monitor her behavior. Like what the fuck?
Her behavior.
Guy's a psycho.
It's her last communication to me. I'm going to disappear forever. Literally, like people don't realize when they accuse me of having killed her. Like, do you realize what it is to have someone tell you, I'm going to disappear forever? and then it happens.
Oh, so lucky, hey?
You don't realize what it is, but it's like, yeah, you do have to respect that. Okay, well, whatever happened there, it's not my fault. It's not my fault, and there was nothing I could do. What do you want me to do? A woman tells you, I'm going to disappear forever. All right, well, I'm ignoring it at first. Then you wait 1 week. Wow, she's truly disappeared. Then you wait 1 month. Wow, she's really not coming back. Then you wait 3 months. Okay, well, she really went off grid and seems to be happy because she's not coming.
So he's you guys, he's respecting her wishes so much. He's not even trying to text her or communicate with her after the 19th. He's not even
worried
trying.
about her.
Yeah, like he's not doing anything. He's not talking about her publicly. He's not pleading for her publicly. He's not doing shit.
Not reporting her disappearance to the police.
No, he doesn't. But don't forget when she tried to disconnect with him before they had kids and stuff, he drove around Montreal looking for her and jumped out of his car and basically forced her in. Like this man is lying.
Coming back in the same way that before she has come back. Murgatoid says, did you recently do a hardcover print run of your book? Any place to buy besides Amazon? Yeah, you have to buy it at Lulu. So go at jfg.world or go just in the description below this video, lulu.jfg.world. That's the best place to get the hardcover because Amazon, it's an intermediary seller. And when you buy the hardcover on Amazon, you overpay. Go buy it straight at lulu.jfg.world.
Right.
So eventually,
right,
there was something about the house that I was working on, and it required the government employees to come in and plug some wires. And it's like, he asked for the identity of the owner of the house, and I'm like, this is my wife, my spouse.
Here's the kicker, it's coming.
Spouse, Mama JF. She's the owner of the house, but here's all the papers that prove that I can speak in her name and totally legally tell you, yes, I accept this repair from you. But see, just this little government agent, all of these government checks, by the way, and these, we have to check the wires. It's all excuses down the line to crack down on your family. So this little guy, everything was fine. Mama JF had disappeared. She wanted to disappear. She told me she wanted to disappear. She read a whole fucking book about disappearing and how to do it properly. Like, can you see my perspective? I'm not dealing with a normie woman here. Of course, a normie woman is missing tonight. You want to call the police? Of course. If she doesn't come back home and you expected her home, yes, call the police.
Sorry, really quick. I don't believe the police did anything. This is what I truly do not believe they did any geolocation. I believe they waited too long. I believe a lot of it was gone. I'm not going to lie. They didn't even go to the fucking house. They didn't search the house. How that is such a tiny, the house went for sale. They could have gotten in there in that open opportunity when there was nobody, they could have gotten in there after the homeowners bought it. They offered it. They still have not searched the house.
Yeah.
I believe the police are lazy.
They said.
She sent text, come on.
Can come in and search our property at any time. We are fully open to an investigation.
He's the one making up the dates. Nobody else knows that these dates are real. Like, he is telling the dates. Nobody else. These dates can't be verified because it's 3 years later. Yeah, exactly. The guys are just pathological. Okay, push play, sorry.
But this is not this. This is an extreme ideological woman who has taken massive means to educate herself about how to disappear. And she told me in no uncertain words, before burning her cell phone in some forest, I will disappear forever.
Yep. You're dry, your throat's getting dry from lying.
So the government agent signals, hey, there's something weird about this guy. He's having us work on the house of his woman, but his woman is not there. We need to call the police. And then police, the whole government pyramid of consequences that eventually leads to an opening of an investigation on the disappearance of Mama Jeff. That was maybe, 3-4 months after her disappearance. So for 3-4 months, everything was fine. She has wanted to disappear. She has disappeared. And maybe she died. Maybe she died in the process of disappearing. But, you know, because if you disappear, then you become extremely subject to risks. Like, you want to be a non-person with no papers and all. You want to be reborn somewhere. You're going to get caught up by some rapist trucker somewhere. And he's going to drop your body in a ditch.
Okay, pause. Drop your body in a ditch.
Whatever was happening.
He has continuously said this. It's always a ditch. It's always in 1 kilometer. He's going to say the 1 kilometer thing again, by the way.
Yeah, because he said 2 square kilometers on our screen.
Yeah, so like he keeps it to a very, he doesn't realize that he's saying these things repeatedly. They're the same clues, in my opinion. I do believe that parts of her body, I don't know if it's all together. I do believe there are parts of her body, definitely in New Brunswick, within like 1 or 2 square kilometers in the forest right there. I do believe that.
Was something that she engaged in fully, because she wouldn't have told me in advance I'm about to disappear. The people don't predict their victimization in a one-off crime like this. So definitely she wanted to disappear. That's what she told me. And she did. Now, maybe in the process she got killed. Possible. But I cannot care about this. Because once you tell me I'm disappearing, it means I will not be communicating with you anymore. So that means, all right, well, I'm going to just contact your loved ones, tell them about this. I'm going to say, hey, check for her and try to contact her if you can. But that's what she told me. She told me she wanted to disappear. So eventually the police investigation opens and they're like, this is standard procedure. We have to tell the world. And I was like, yeah, okay. I didn't even try to convince them not to do this, because I was like, down the line, everything I will say will be held against me. If I say, no, don't do it. She wanted to disappear. Don't.
Sorry, just really quick. I thought that she could be, she's too weird. I'm not trying to be rude. She's too weird and she's too eccentric looking. I don't think she could go undetected. Her personality, she's too social. She says weird things. She's 5'10". She's got big curly hair. She's not somebody that's just going to fade into the surroundings. I just don't believe it.
Don't do it. It's going to create massive amounts of shit on the internet, the levels of which you cannot possibly comprehend.
Are you mad?
But I didn't say any of this.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know that I'm faced with a bunch of fucking monkeys. Fucking.
I love it when he calls us monkeys, by the way, because that's what he used to do.
Cannot comprehend. Okay, cool. So a very small subsect of a dark corner of the internet knows about this, including our tiny little stream.
Right. Okay, so we got to get into that, Lucy, because there are quite a few people who believe it's a psyop. I just don't understand what the fucking point would be. So somebody, you guys think about this, and then we'll talk about it another time, but we got to finish this. We're getting through it. It's almost done. It's not almost done. Jesus fuck. Okay, there's 30 more minutes.
Retarded monkeys, all of them. Oh yeah, you have to follow your procedure. Let's go. Now I have to plan a whole comedic performance that will last 5 years of my life, where I'm kind of playing on the edge of, did I kill her? Did I not kill her? That's the situation you're putting myself in. And you know what? I'm going to jump in it the same way I jumped in the cockroach-filled apartment of this woman.
Badger Schmidt. I'm not clicking it. Dick.
So the police comes out with it. Public story. Massive mainstream media coverage. JF is a white supremacist murderer. He's not just a rapist. He's also a murderer.
You are a rapist. You admitted to raping her.
All right. This is the role that I've been assigned in the grand theater of life.
Doesn't give a fuck about him.
No.
And so I start going on shows like Andrew Wilson. I start going on.
Oh, look at his smile.
On what's the podcast with the masculinist guy with the mustache? I love this guy, but
Andrew Wilson fucking hated him.
His name is kind of
he only was invited the once, I do believe, and he thought he was weak.
Yes, I did. We did contact. I contacted quite a few communes. Okay, because I'm crazy. And I did say, like, we know that most places are not going to confirm or like deny that she's there or whatever. But whatever, every single person just said no. They said they anybody I would send the email. They all have email, which is weird. You'd think you want to live in a hippie commune, you'd be untouchable technologically. But anyways, She hasn't been seen. She hasn't been seen anywhere. She hasn't checked in with a doctor. She hasn't been picked up by the cops. She loves to do little naughty illegal things. I don't believe that she just went straight narrow all of a sudden. Poof, disappeared. Guys, she didn't have a 007 IQ. Let's be honest here, okay? I just don't see it being possible. I hope it is, but I don't see it.
She was a free spirit that kind of fell into situations that she survived, like that trip she took to that Sunshine Festival or some sort of Burning Man thing in Europe, and she ended up there. Like, yes, there are people that just kind of stumble through life and end up in situations.
But people remember her.
But people remembered her.
Yeah. Okay, we'll finish up.
Caping my head. So I start doing public performances of comedy where I'm like, these women, you know, I'm so.
Oh, it's just a joke.
We need to impose our rule on these women. And of course, it's funny. It's
no.
Yeah, Dick Masterson is his name. It's funny because I'm in a situation that is so unique. I am probably the only man in the history of humanity who has an opportunity to do a public live reality performance that is at the edge of gallows humor in the world of comedic with a subentendre of possible murder.
No.
Literally, this situation will not show up in your life. And you know why this situation will not show up in your life? Because when you see the cockroach-filled apartments with the drugged-up woman in a fairy dress, you're going to run the fuck away.
You should have ran the fuck away. Measurement, you guys should go back and watch the beginning.
And that's why I'm in this situation. So that's why I play. And you know, gallows humor is the idea that you can take something very sad that happens to you and kind of laugh lightly about it in a way as to decompress, in a way as to lighten the mood. I took gallows humor to a whole fucking degree that it has never been achieved. I took gallows humor in that I will laugh. I will create comedic public performance out of the fact that you fucking retarded monkeys cannot comprehend that I'm not a murderer.
Yeah, definitely are.
And I will laugh at your face forever for it.
I
until
can't wait
Mama JF's body is found in the back of some trucker who raped and murdered her and preserved her in a barrel of acid or whatever.
Hilarious.
I'm going to laugh my fucking ass off about this.
That's
and
hilarious,
this is going to be
right?
the greatest fucking gallows humor that's ever been achieved by all of humanity.
What a retard.
That was the story of Mama JF.
Best man
What
ever.
are the other chaotic moments? Before we had children, you know, we were in our leisure times, getting to know each other. We were on PEI. She had not been successfully inseminated yet. And we go to the luxury restaurant of PEI with the, you know, the highest class dishes on PEI. And it's like fine dining. Oh, sir, would you like a bottle of wine? And I'm driving, so I'm not drinking the wine. But I'm like, yeah, let's bring a bottle of wine. Let's think big here. You know, I'm becoming a celebrity. I'm making massive amounts of money on the internet. Let's just allow Mama JF to order whatever she wants. And Mama JF just starts drinking the bottle of wine as a whole. Gets perhaps to even a second bottle. And it's like we're in this fine dining restaurant. And Mama JF just starts stumbling toward the bathroom. And she starts throwing up over all the bathroom and yelling at people.
Like he just disparaging.
And I look at the fine dining server, and I'm like, this is an urgent situation. We're going to...
This is why she couldn't just go. By the way, I don't think she could be alive.
This moment is so marked in my emotional self. I look at the I look at the fine dining server, and I'm like, this is an extreme, urgent situation. I need the dessert immediately in a to-go box. I need to take her out of here before she ruins me. Before she ruins your fucking restaurant. Please bring the bill now. And I'm like, credit card, let's pay, let's run with the dessert. And I take Mama JF out basically in my arm because she was becoming too chaotic. And I'm sure the servers have appreciated my behavior then, because it's like, I'm going to take this trouble off of you because this is my trouble. Mama JF was constantly getting in trouble with everyone she worked with, creating drama in the workplace. At some point, there was a chef she was working at because she was working at these small bars, restaurants, bistro, because she was a great chef. And there's just a guy who is a male working with her, just passes behind her, and it's tight, in a professional kitchen. You're gonna touch each other. He just touched her, like not grabbed her ass or whatever. He just had contact with her as he passed, and she started yelling, "Rape, rape, rape!" Like, you guys have no idea how fucked up Mama JF was in so many ways. And then she was getting in conflict with her little fry and hot dog place, starting to bitch about the other woman. Eventually got fired from there. She was quite a mental mess. She was a woman of chaos and trouble. And I like to think that the universe is designed so that there are people like JFs to handle people like Mama JF.
Oh, fucking stay away.
And I handled her, and down the line, in the end, I prefer Mama JF to any of my other exes.
What a cheap shot.
Because they're all fucking psychos. But the other ones are vicious. Mama JF was not vicious. Mama JF was a psycho like any fucking woman out there. But she was not vicious, and she was loyal. And when she decided to go, it was because she knew that ultimately it was the best thing for our family to survive long term, and that she was too much of a mess to do it. Sober as a judge sends a super chat. He says, let's display the super.
Really quick. Femikaze and Messerschmitt, you guys did miss a really key part at the beginning towards, I guess, the first 20 minutes. He did talk about their first time they met and the sea of cockroaches that he had to get through to have sex with her, and how he had to hold her stick on a certain angle so that the wave of cockroaches didn't get on his dick.
Didn't get on his dick and get in the way.
The way he spoke, like, does he think that he did her any justice? Like, there's nothing about this says, I respected this woman, I loved this woman, she gave birth to my children, standing up in the fucking living room with no help, blood all over the floor. This man is a sick, sick, sick man. Okay. And he definitely did. She was the only one who worked. He wouldn't even work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so you hear all these stories about how like wild she was and like maybe out of control, and maybe she was. That woman is not able to disappear. Okay. You're going to hear about her. The police will hear about her for sure, if not a hospital, because somebody's going to call. He's so awful. Okay, I think it's almost done. I think the super chats are boring, but I'll push play really quick and we'll see what it is.
Super chat here on the screen.
Running with the Schrodinger's murderer gimmick is hilarious. Hats off to you, JF.
Super funny.
Yes, the Schrodinger murderer. I love this term because it's the comedic routine I decided to play. And I think I pulled it at levels that no comedian has ever done. No personality has ever done. Yeah, and it's
That's
my contribution to the world. I take these things very seriously. The revolutionary phenotype, white people food. When I publish a math article, when I publish my Twitter account, I take all of this and my contribution to the public space, the media. I take all of this extremely seriously. And I decided to make a contribution to comedy with the gallows humors around the Mama JF disappearance.
Does that remind you of somebody who was a sit-down
comedian? It lends itself to it, and no one else would do it. No one.
Sorry, who? What was it?
A sit-down comedian, somebody who is so funny, and he was just making jokes. Haha.
I don't know which one.
Ex-military person.
Oh, Jeremy. Yeah.
No one else would do that. Like, do you realize that I could end up in jail while being innocent?
Yeah, you're not
because
innocent.
It doesn't take much in Canada to get a jury to decide this is suspicious. But thankfully it seems that the system has understood. Now, they attacked me very strong on PEI. They tried getting at my family. I had to run away. So once Mama JF had disappeared, there was this whole problem where where the government pyramid of surveillance decided we need to catch his children. And it's like I had to run away during the night and abandon our greenhouse, abandon our lettuce garden bed. And I then run to Quebec, and then the Quebec police just cracks down on me, starts running after me with so many police cars and trying to find where I was. And I jumped.
Things that didn't happen again.
Reappeared in hotels and went in ski resorts to hide. Eventually made it to Alberta, and it seems that Alberta has decided to respect my father's rights, and it's all I ever wanted. You know, I know that the reputational attacks will always be there because of the kind of humor I decided to practice. But don't mess with my family. I have taken the means to protect my family because my family was under attack. Let's not forget that all of this is a joke. This is all a public performance. And I love trolling. I love trolling the fucking idiots who are so frustrated at me because they live in the conviction that I killed Mama JF. They don't understand anything. They don't have insight into our story.
We might not understand anything, but
Paladin says this is like falling in
pattern recognizers and lie detectors.
Yeah. There was supposed to be when I spoke to the head officer who's part of the major crimes unit. I specifically said, can you confirm the sighting was on like video camera, or like was it just some random person called in and they're like, yeah, I saw her? Because don't forget, she wasn't even reported missing until 3 months later. So if it was just a call in that they saw her, that's not reliable. Anyways, wouldn't confirm or deny until they confirm it or show a picture. Until I see a fucking picture of her at that place on that day, I'm not believing anything. It's not hard to confirm. Why wouldn't RCMP just confirm it? It's not hard. Okay, so this is where we're getting up to the lawyer part. Somebody asks him about why he didn't get a notary public so that he could avoid all this. Now, don't forget what he said earlier about the lawyer. I'm going to play it again, but this is, I don't think this is the question.
In love with the bearded lady at the circus, having her break your heart, and then hear another guy tell you his story with his bearded lady heartbreak. It's a strange bonding experience. Well, I'm telling the whole story precisely to let people know there is goodness in there. You know, there is goodness in there. There is everything. It's so much what life is about. This story, but in a crazy way and in a context that no one will ever live. But it's the story, and it's sometimes how you have to survive. It's sometimes you have to pick choices, make tough decisions, be at the border of things, be at the border of comedy or darkness. And it's exactly where the friction is and where the interest is. Wherever you're at the border of something, you're reaching the edge of the epistemology of it. And I love to be at this edge of humor, of this edge of comedy. F. Carroll says, why not make her tell her family this crap first? Well, no, our family has no obligation. They're not public people. They don't have to justify themselves.
Yes, you do. You do. Your daughter's
They can
missing.
live private lives if they want. It's none of your business how they handle the situation. And let me tell you, I told you everything I lived with Mama JF. I'm not the first guy she pulls this with. Mama JF has been chaos for everyone around her for her whole life. So it's like anyone out there will, of course, know that this is a very credible account of what Mama JF did to JF, because everyone who knows her has lived through her confusions and her dreams. And I believe the best way to respect Mama JF is just to elevate this crazy creativity of hers, which yes, caused a lot of chaos. But it also caused this fucking art piece. 3 cakes that will be in white people food.
Did they?
She would play violin, just absolutely beautiful violin. She would be motivated to do things that other women would never do. And let's elevate this aspect of her life rather than trying to go at JF. I'm not the evil guy in Mama JF's life. If anything, I'm the guy who elevated her to heights that were believed impossible by all others. Paladin says, great story, brother. He sends $51. Thank you so much. F. Carroll has just sent a super chat. He says, that wasn't my meaning. Why not make her tell her parents that she wants to disappear? I would also have videoed her saying that and gotten a notary. Well, that won't save you anything. I've already kept records of her SMS to me, of her text to me.
Hold, please. Shit, JF, you lying little motherfucker. Lying motherfucker. Makes me so mad.
So in our research we did, we saw that the home was in Elora's name. How were you able to sell it?
Well, that is a private lawyer matter, but I will say in general, there are ways in which a spouse can give you the voluntarily the management of their affairs. And so there are ways that you can organize with lawyers. And Mama JF was kind enough to not give me trouble, that she went to her lawyer before leaving me and ensured that I could manage her things in her absence.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so she physically went to the lawyers.
Absolutely.
So okay, that does make a big difference, because I thought it was possibly, a signed letter, which anybody, nowadays.
No, she did it fully in front of her own attorney.
See, that's a very big difference then.
Okay, he's saying here he didn't need to do that because he had the text messages. He lies. This fucking guy is a liar. That is such a big part of the story. If she went to a lawyer, it's very easy to confirm she went to a lawyer. He's lying. All right, let's keep going.
It was enough to me. And by the way, I made sure to drop her in front of a camera place at a gas station where there were security cameras, so that eventually the police could establish, yeah, she was there. And by the way, I dropped her at the gas station close to a bridge where I know that if you pass on this bridge, you're getting filmed. They film all the cars. And there's no way to get out of PEI without passing through this bridge. It's the only bridge to the island.
He's lying. There's a fucking ferry. Why is he lying? Like he thinks everyone's stupid. There is a ferry. Okay, you can take a ferry. There's another way. He's a liar. And the ferry doesn't keep surveillance of the license plates. I've already checked everything. He's a fucking liar. Sorry, I get mad. Oh, and what did her family say, Messerschmitt? Her family said her brother is the only one who's responded. And he said he didn't want to be a part of this or talk about her at all. Not even to tell me anything nice about her. He didn't want to say anything. So her family's a flaky fucking bunch of losers too. And I know that the journalist that was doing a story on Élora also tried to reach out to them, and nobody would talk to him either. And he was like an accredited journalist. So this guy's just fucking full of shit. Holly, did you catch that last part? Holly?
No, sorry, I'd let my dog out.
Okay, I heard low battery for something. I think it's my headphones, so I might have to get off here. But listen to this, please.
Trying to go at JF. I'm not the evil guy in Mama JF's life. If anything, I'm the guy who elevated her to heights that were believed impossible by all others. Paladin says, great story, brother. He sends $51. Thank you so much. F. Carroll has just sent a super chat. He says, that wasn't my meaning. Why not make her tell her parents that she wants to disappear? I would also have videoed her saying that and gotten a notary. Well, that won't save you anything. I've already kept records of her SMS to me, of her text to me. That was enough to me. And by the way, I made sure to drop her in front of a camera place at a gas station where there were security cameras, so that eventually the police could establish, yeah, she was there. And by the way, I dropped her at the gas station close to a bridge where I know that if you pass on this bridge, you're getting filmed. They film all the cars. And there's no way to get out of PEI without passing through this bridge. Ferry. It's the only bridge to the island. So I dropped her in a way that would create a record, definitively. But, notaries, I'm not going to do this. And as far as contacting her own parents, the problem is when you're dealing with Mama JF, you're dealing with someone who has frustration about everyone in her life at any point. She may hate you one day. She may love you the other day. She may think that you're the greatest enemy on earth to her project that day. And so she will not just call her parents or just call any other friends. Because to Mama JF, the way she approaches the world, there's the enemies, and that's almost everyone. And then there's whoever she's connected to at a given moment. That's the ally. And I was her ally for basically 5 years, 6 years.
No, you weren't.
I was her ally, and eventually she dropped me and left me. And so when you become the enemy side of Mama JF, she doesn't call you. She won't update you about anything. Doubting Thomas sends a super chat. He says, I think people just don't understand how your reaction to such situations when you are dealing with such unorthodox people that are way out there will be equally radically different. Kind of been there. Yeah, I mean, that's just how I could be a regular guy. You know what a regular guy does with Mama JF? He just gets a blowjob. And then he tries to get a blowjob the next week and then tries to get a blowjob the other week.
Like he's
Mama
such,
JF could have been
that's
this.
the mother
You
of
want
your
Papa
kids,
JF
you
to be a
think.
normal guy?
That's
what I
not
would
what
have
a
done.
normal man
But
would
I'm not
do.
a normal guy.
Not when she's missing.
I'm different.
Even if he hated
And so I
her.
built onto Mama JF rather than try to avoid her or try to exploit her.
Go ahead.
Ray
Polly.
Rissam says, the problem with text is you could have wrote them. Surely you know this, JF. Well, not really. In a criminal investigation, with the text that you know has been sent away from where you are, with the cell towers detecting her in a different province, with the cameras confirming that she was in that different province, at some point,
There
the
was no
combination
cameras.
of the facts
There was no
can lead the
camera.
investigators to say, all right, that's certainly not JF.
Lies,
And
JF.
it certainly wasn't me making those texts in some digital ways or fake way.
Okay,
They
JF.
can trace from the cell phone companies where the cell phone was, which tower it was connecting to. Of course, if you're in a locality where it's like on a street, you may not have the street resolution. But if she's gone through cameras, through truckers, through a bridge, and she's on the other side of an island, and she's now in continental Canada, like 5 hours, 10 hours of drive away from you, then definitely the cell phone towers can be used to absolutely assess that I was there and she was.
Yeah, they can, JF, except nobody knows when she actually disappeared. You're the only one telling the story. And the reason no one knows is because you didn't fucking report her missing for 3 months. Okay. So the cell phone data and all that garbage is just garbage. We don't know how long things were kept. We don't know anything. We don't even know when the police actually started taking this seriously and what the police did, because the police aren't talking. And we know, no offense, but the RCMP have fucked a lot of things up and they're not very good at their jobs. Look at the massacre at Porter Peak. They're not good. Okay. So he's so cocky. God, it just makes me mad.
Well,
it makes me mad that her family doesn't give a shit.
Okay, yes, her cell phone was there.
Who put it there?
But right, so that doesn't prove anything. So yeah, the cell phone was there. But how many times have you watched police interrogations or whatever? They're like, no, the cell phone was texting from this time to this time, and that meant that they were
and they
still
turned out
alive.
something else. Yeah, he's not an idiot. The guy's not an idiot. We're not dealing with an idiot. Okay, he's got his PhD. He's not a fucking idiot. I mean, he's a shit liar, absolute terrible liar, and he was an idiot for coming on our stream. But he's not an idiot.
Was there?
So
yes, creating a record.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a perfect science, and you don't want to be too maniacal about it, because at some point people will accuse you of creating an alibi.
Yeah.
And so you just want to make sure that the bases are there.
Oh, okay.
So what I remember from the day I dropped her was,
why would you need to make sure the basics are there? Why would you do that if you didn't have anything to do with, like, I don't understand how he's not in jail.
Okay, I dropped her. She was crying. She was like, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And then we separated, and she went toward the gas station. And then I drove back, and we went to Wendy's. We ate some square burgers at Wendy's. And that was giving me, a debit card transaction that shows I was staying in the island. And she then was observed on camera. 2 days later, she was definitely on the other side of the bridge. So whatever she's done, she was still alive.
We need the RCMP to confirm and show the footage. I don't believe she was. I believe you're a fucking liar and you've managed to get somebody to call in and say, because it's not a confirmed sighting. The RCMP weren't looking that hard at first. How is somebody going to remember seeing her 3 months later? She wasn't reported for 3 months. The whole thing is absurd.
2 days later in Moncton. Gus Grizzle says, have the police said they looked at the films? They haven't said explicitly because
No,
they
they haven't,
reveal
because
that
they
kind
don't
of
have
detail,
them.
but I know they saw her.
No,
I know they saw her because they eventually came public about the type of clothes that she was wearing. And I remember that I never told them what clothes she was wearing because I didn't exactly remember. So I told them, yeah, she was wearing maybe some kind of hippie stuff or whatever.
He told us on our stream what she was wearing when she left. It was a brown jacket, blue jeans.
Yeah.
She had a small backpack.
I know.
And none of the camping material that she had
That they
purchased.
bought. I do want to quickly, just really quick. So you know how he's talking about sorry, but, the hippie. You know how he's talking about sorry, I've just got to go to playlist really. She's wearing some hippie stuff. He's mentioned her and referenced hippies more than once. in this video here. I just want you to see what he has to say about them really quick. We'll go back to that. It's almost done. Oh, right, here we go. Hold on, pause. I'm just going to go to the other picture here really quick. Fucking not a video file. Present screen. All right, let's hear what he says about. Let's hear what he has to say about hippies.
Dino Rogovich says, I'm sick of Brett. Here's Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock. Well, thanks for the link, but I'm not going to play Jimi Hendrix. I hate Woodstock. Okay? I'm not going to click on this link because you have no idea how these hippies, they induce just rage inside of me. You've never seen me watch hippies. You've never seen me because you wouldn't know another JF. I become a killer. Just one hippie, just sometimes images that loosely indicate 60s, 70s. I detect hippie and I see blood.
Yeah, do you see blood?
I see rivers of blood.
Yeah, no, it's the 10 out of 10. So he's very upset. So now he's worried about the entire.
Oops, sorry. Okay. Anyways, we'll finish this. There's 2 minutes left. We'll finish it and then we'll get out of here. Sorry, Holly. I didn't think it would take us this long. And I did speed up his speaking. We're almost done. The guy, I don't know how you could watch this stream specifically and still think he was innocent.
But they came and they said, we have seen her in Moncton, Alberta, in Moncton, New Brunswick. And she had a faux leather brown jacket. And then I remember, oh yeah, you know what? She left with a faux leather brown jacket.
So weird.
Extremely reliable, saw her.
Yeah.
Or it's a camera. Maybe it's a camera. But she was alive on June 19th. And the moment she sent me those texts on June 19th saying I'm disappearing forever, she was seen within the hours of these texts on camera or by someone.
So
she was seen by a reliable witness. That is what I had to say for tonight. F. Carroll says, why not sue AIU? Make some money off that man. Do you have any idea how lawsuits work? How filing a lawsuit outside of your jurisdiction work? And now you have to hire attorneys or court runners that will.
We're just going to close it off. All right. I welcome him to sue us. Yeah, we got nothing, JF. Nothing.
Yeah.
And you'd have to also prove that we were wrong. And then I would require someone to go to that old house and I would require them to do luminol testing. And then I would require them to pull up the floor and check and see if it was, because there's very different blood, JF, when you give birth to like, I don't know, get murdered. There's different blood. It's different stuff.
Cadaver dogs to search the area plus the 2 square kilometers that have been indicated in several different streams.
In New Brunswick.
The data from the text messages, and the data from the video camera that she was viewed.
I want to see it. Yeah, show us the footage.
Yeah, we want to see the footage.
Because we know it doesn't exist. And RCMP, get the fuck off your ass and go do your job. Okay? This creeper's out there raising kids. And he's admitted to raping and coercively controlling her, which by the way is illegal and you can sue now for. So like, I don't know. I don't know. I do hope Mama JF is a master 007 and she's out there laughing about this whole thing and like fucking just
Me
like
too.
fuck you JF. I hope you enjoy this. I do think that would be funny, but I don't believe she is. And I want to thank everybody for coming to the stream and checking it out. And I hope that you had a good time, Holly, even though you didn't like listening to his voice.
No,
Yeah.
I just wanted to also give a quick shout out to all the fathers in the chat and fathers of the people in the chat. Last weekend was Father's Day, and
Happy Father's Day.
The month of June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so I want to make sure that every guy out there is taking good care of himself, lifting heavy things and putting them down and making sure that he's feeling strong and doesn't want to fuck a weird lady in a cockroach-infested apartment.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Holly, were you going to put a, oh, I thought you were putting a picture up for a video. I forgot.
No,
All
no,
right.
I like I had the Gary Plouche or Gary Plouche thing up, but we all know who he is. Father of the year, father of the decade.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Best.
All right. So we'll leave you. And I'm sorry, Siska, if you're here. I'm sorry about the lack of penis. I couldn't do it really with the cockroaches, sea of cockroaches and all that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And both arms.
And maybe, yeah, JF, you can work your way up from the 3 pound weights you're
3 pounds to the 10 pounds, because this grandma.
I know, we all do. We all feel bad for his kids. All right, you guys, we hope you have a great night, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Yes, we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, Holly, you do the clicks.
I'll do the thing.
We're not going to stay live this time, JF.
Maybe the next step in your healing journey is to go around calling people fucking cunts. That is all for today's therapy session. I'll see you next Tuesday.